So we're going to be jumping right into this one of why I invest GP on RuneScape, and we're also going to be covering quite a few different topics later on in this video. But firstly, happy Friday if you are watching this video today. If not, then maybe happy Saturday or happy Sunday or whenever you are watching this. Definitely smash that like button to support this content along with future content as well. Turn on the notification bell because we're going to be pumping out quite a lot of stuff for 2025. And if you don't have the notification bell on, you're probably not going to get notified that the content is rock and rolling. If I had to sum up in a few sentences of why that I choose to invest time in GP on this game, I'd pretty much say that 1, it's goal-orientated, 2, you are consistently building wealth, 3, you get monthly gains, and 4, and also most importantly, in my personal opinion, is that it is also relatable to real-life decisions. For the last 7 months now, I've been using roughly the same method to generate a very large amount of GP month over month, and I've been doing different sub-methods here and there. This past month, I've completely used a new sub-method, which has generated me quite a bit of GP, which we're going to get to momentarily. But overall, I'd say that the same method of Birdhouse runs every single day consistently is probably about between 75 to maybe 85% of my monthly income. And the other 25 or 15%, like I said, is different methods such as Slayer, bossing, skilling, which I did a lot of this past month, and well, it kind of paid off. The number that you see on the screen right here, a little bit below 350 million GP. This video was uploaded December 3rd last month. That was month number 6. This video is now month number 7. And we're going to go over how I did this month. For the last several months, I've been doing a lot of Slayer, and my Slayer tab is normally between 2 to 3 mil upwards to near 10 mil. Maybe, and I believe 1 month it was even like 15 mil because I ended up getting quite a bit of whip drops along with a lot of other large items. However, this past month, I barely did Slayer. So that's the reason why my loot tab is barely anything. But hey, 900k is 900k. It's definitely not the greatest. But then again, some people don't do Slayer at all. And they don't even have 900k of Slayer GP coming in. But the big factor for this past month was definitely Birdhouse runs. And the birds' nests, empty nests, or crushed nests rather, are over 8k, which is absolutely insane because last month they were roughly around, I believe, like 7,200 GP. So a big difference in the actual overall price of bird nests, which does make my monthly loot tab significantly go up much higher. If you hear sirens in the background, I apologize. My house is not on fire, but hey, I mean, someone's house is. We gotta pray that they're okay. Otherwise, like I said, this month, my big GP pretty much came from birdhouses, which that's consistently every single month of really taking time to grow wealth on this game month over month. But I did something this past month because I had to do a lot of other work on my computer, so I kind of really just chose to AFK, and it kind of paid off because when I put all the pieces together, it was, well, it's a lot. There is no doubt that I am a RuneScape addict, and when I have to do other things on my computer, I just really do AFKing type stuff. AFKing, for anyone that doesn't know what that is, that means doing something on the game where you can look in the other direction on a dual monitor, and you don't really have to pay attention to what you're doing on RuneScape, but it generates you a lot. And as you see, I kind of went, well, a little full-on Chef Gordon Ramsay here, Ended up getting near 15 million cooking EXP. I mean, I didn't really expect to get this much amount of EXP, but it kind of just really happened in a way. But the crazy thing about it is that I was averaging every mil of EXP between roughly 2.5 and 3 million GP. So I've definitely made a pretty penny on the month with near 15 million EXP. My cash stack at the beginning of the month, I believe it was around 211 millish or 210. So overall, I ended up making 38 million GP, give or take, for this month by doing a consistent method and then also throwing in a non-consistent method that I really don't normally do. But like I said, I had to do a lot of other things on my computer. And because, well, I mean, if I'm doing stuff on my computer, such as paperwork, emails, working on other projects, and if I can go ahead and just AFK a little bit on this game, sure, call me Chef Gordon Ramsay. I might be doing a little more cooking this month. I'm not entirely sure, but hey, 1 month of just doing consistent things on this game that is not really ball breaking, such as raids or breaking your back by hoping for a drop at Nex or God Wars. Even though if I did take the time to actually go and do raids for a month and also go and do Nex, which I don't really find fun, but if I did do that, there would probably be a 0 at the end of this cash stack. So probably maybe like 880 million GP. But you all know what? There are people out there that they didn't even make this amount for 1 month. So I'm very grateful that, well, I stuck to a method, and now I got more GP to invest in more items and also buy more crapola. Okay, now, moving into the next portion of this video, and if you only came here for the investing RuneScape GP portion of why I invest, which I highly invest everyone to stick to a strategy that works for you, and you will consistently build your bank over time and really achieve your goals on this game. But like I said in the beginning portion of here, it really does correlate with non-gaming goals, because if you're very goal-orientated on a video game, you're going to be very goal-orientated in your own personal life, in your career, in your spiritual journey throughout your life, and it just really shows. If one aspect of your life is all about goals, the chances that all the other aspects are going to be about goals as well. So like I said, if you're going to check out mentally or close this video, that's lovely. Have a great weekend. But for those of you sticking around, okay. So I got some stuff here. Firstly, all the links that I talk about are down below in the description of this video, including the playlist to my PKD, Polycystic Kidney Disease playlist. If you missed this video a couple weeks ago, I highly recommend that you take the time to watch it. Even if you don't check all these videos out in the playlist, please definitely check out this video, which is 14 minutes, 9 seconds. And pretty much to sum everything up in a nutshell, I went in for a MRI back in May of last year. Can't believe that I'm saying last year. Yes, May of 2024. It was really unrelated to the kidneys, unexpected, but turns out I have a kidney disease. I went through some treatment, found some great people that helped me out so significantly. I'm in phenomenal health. The treatment worked for me. It's a dietary treatment, so right now I'm just on a low-carb diet, and I'm pretty much just enjoying life, eating a lot of protein, fat. It works for me, and it was definitely not easy. It was a very big struggle that I went through, but I ended up doing a fundraiser for the research lab that pretty much developed the dietary research behind treating polycystic kidney disease. Like I said, it's definitely worth a watch if you haven't seen it. And a lot of these videos, I personally do believe got kind of really suppressed in a way, or people just didn't turn on the notification bell, which that also happens too. But the last 7 months of my life, I kind of really had to shift focus on a lot of goals because I ended up leaving my doctor's office May of last year. And I have a great medical team, and I straight up said, I'm like, hey, are my kidneys functioning just fine? Can I go out and drink alcohol? Can I go and get some bar nachos, some cheeseburgers? And I was told yes, but maybe in a couple years later down the road, you're not going to be able to. But I had an ultrasound done a couple weeks ago, and stuff is showing phenomenal results. Polycystic kidney disease basically makes your kidneys expand because cysts grow on them, and it ultimately causes kidney failure later on or I should say at a very early age, like between 40 and 50. But my ultrasound came back very well. My kidney function actually went up, which was a big surpriser. So this new dietary method that I'm doing is definitely working for me. But the 7 months, or rather the last 7 months, I can't tell you how much that I've just wanted to go out and get hammered and enjoy some bar nachos, but that would completely screw up my diet entirely and just pretty much destroy like a couple weeks worth of treatment. Because the type of stuff that I'm doing, if I go ahead and have one cheat meal, it basically screws up my entire week. Along with I go ahead and have too many redefined carbohydrates, or rather I should say I'm not having any of them right now. I did have quite a bit of blueberry apple pie and some ice cream on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. It took me this past week to really burn off all the extra carbs and stuff, but still, doing that on a daily basis or even a weekly basis, for me, it's not good. For other people out there, it's definitely not a problem. I'm in a different boat. But one thing that I really chose to do in the last 7 months was stick to a goal that I actually wanted to do in my 50s. And one of the big things about polycystic kidney disease is that the average age of kidney failure is between 53, and it could be even sooner for some people. And I've been mentally writing some books over the last decade of my life, and I actually was planning on writing them in my 50s, but with the kick in the chest, it kind of really propelled some things. So the last 7 months of my life, I've pretty much worked on something significantly challenging, but yeah, yours truly is now a author, believe it or not. I honestly, it's a little shocking to actually think about it, that I am legitimately an author now. But I will say this. One of the biggest benefits of me writing a novel, which is totally unrelated to polycystic kidney disease, and we'll get to momentarily what this bad boy is primarily about, but I want to say this first before we dive into other stuff. If you are ever diagnosed with a life-shortening chronic disease or any type of illness that you're looking at the very near distant future, or you're going through terrible behavioral health issues, financial troubles, romantic, working a very terrible job, you could be suffering with addiction. One thing that you can do in your life that will definitely add a lot of joy and keep you focused and away from temptation. Temptation for me, like I said, was really going out and screwing up my dietary treatment, having a fun night, but my one fun night would cost me maybe even a week worth of time. Do something that you can add an accomplishment in your life. And I honestly don't believe that I will be the next Stephen King. That'll be kind of cool, though. And I definitely didn't do this for a monetary aspect as well. I solely did this, and I was really 50-50 if I wanted to make a video on it. But after doing our fundraiser a couple weeks ago and all the positivity, all the very kind words that I got from you all, I pretty much said, you want to know what? I'm going to share my story and just really, go from there. But do something in your life that you can add to your portfolio of accomplishments or memories. Maybe writing a novel is not for you, but maybe going on that long-awaited vacation that you've been planning for a very long time to add memories. Maybe you've always wanted to go and see your favorite band at a rock concert. If they're still playing, then go ahead and do it. Maybe writing a novel is something that you want to do. Go ahead and do it. Maybe you want to do something else in your life, whether that might be maybe start a side business that you were thinking about doing maybe 10 years down the road. The point is that I chose to fight for myself, and hopefully this really motivates a lot of people out there that are going through any type of issues, that you got to fight for yourself. Because last May, I could have just very well said, fuck it, and just went out and gone blackout drunk and just said, okay, I'll deal with this in a couple years. I'm going to enjoy the next couple years of my life. And believe it or not, there are people, unfortunately, that do that. And it's very sad. But you got to fight for your life always, and you got to find ways to therapeutically correctly turn down temptation, and also in a fun manner. And with every single page that I pretty much typed, this is 2025, 24. We're not writing novels anymore. We're typing novels. But with every page that I typed, every single time that I had the urge to go in, eat some apple pie, or go and have some beers, go out to a bar and have a fun night, I would open up my laptop and I'd be typing away 2-3 pages, and those temptations really went away. So please, if you're ever in a similar situation, you really got to fight for yourself. So what is this bad boy about that is roughly 393 pages? I honestly can't believe that I typed that much. But yes, it is a fairly large, I want to say, novel. Although one of the first novels that I read many decades ago was It by Stephen King. That thing is over 1,000 pages. Very much different. But hey, close to 400 pages. It is a zombie novel. It is not a, it is nothing polycystic kidney disease related. It is nothing chronic disease related. It is a old-fashioned, old-school zombie, the slow type of zombies. Not this new age, like, I'll go ahead and give some of you all a hint about that. Let's go ahead and say, yeah, definitely slow age type zombies. But I've been mentally writing this thing for the last decade, like I said. And this video today, along with this novel, is dedicated to my grandmother. Today is actually her birthday. Unfortunately, she's deceased now, but every family out there has a kooky grandmother in their family. And my grandmother was the kooky horror movie guru. I started watching horror movies at a very young age, which, go figure, that's my favorite genre of books and also movies and TV shows and video games. I mean, I do like, slaying some zombies on RuneScape as well, occasionally, right? But I mentally wrote this book around a lot of the aspects that I pretty much grew up with, because I watched a significant amount of horror movies with my grandmother, and we watched the Halloween movies, the Hellraiser, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, all the Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Living Dead movies. And one of our biggest pet peeves about those movies is that people always made the wrong decision. For those of you who don't know, I was in the United States Marine Corps for a little over 15 years. Had a pretty significant bad injury. Blew out both my knees. Middle of 2021. Had to go on a medical retirement board, which ended up concluding November 2022. And all this stuff with polycystic kidney disease, I never suffered with it at all in the service. Like this is all new in my life. I literally got out of the military, transferred my health insurance, And then boom, bang, boom, I was having some blood pressure issues, which is corrected now. And then an ultrasound of my kidneys in 2023, then the MRI 2024. So it was definitely a really big kick in the chest. You do 15 years in the military, and then you're like, what? I got this to deal with? But once again, never stop fighting for yourself, no matter how bad it truly is. But this book is written by, yes, a United States Marine, and so many movies out there, so many books. The biggest pet peeve is seeing people make stupid decisions, right? You shouldn't be going down that dark alley, man. You shouldn't be opening that door, sister. Why are we splitting up? What are we doing? Strength in numbers. Come on, man. Come on, sister. So this book is written by an infantry marine of the correct way to really wander through the zombie apocalypse. And that is what I think is very unique about it, is because I go ahead and outline what not to do and what you really should do. Such as definitely don't split up. That's one of the things. Hey, you want to know what? If I don't have a flashlight and if I don't need to go down this dark area, what the hell am I doing? Let's go the other way. Our car is right over there. Why are we getting out of the car? There's no reason to. So yes, that is definitely the premise around this novel. And, like I said, this was definitely very therapeutic for me to do, because I am just very grateful for first of all, RuneScape. And I'm also very grateful that I chose to type away, because I would have ended up making bad decisions in the last 7 months. My bad decisions would obviously be going off the rails, having too many alcoholic beverages, too many sweets, snacks, just a lot of foods that I should not be eating. But so yeah, that's it's really kind of like a left fielder kind of ball over here, because this is totally something unrelated to my life, but at the same time, it's really not. If you are interested at all in ordering it, I do have it on Amazon. Please only order it if you do actually plan on giving it a read. And I definitely don't see myself, like I said, being the next Stephen King. But, hey, who knows? Stranger things have happened, like going in randomly for an MRI and learning about things growing inside of you. Wait, what? Yeah, right? But there's other ways to support me rather than just buying something and not... And this is... I didn't do this to do a monetary aspect of my life. I'm actually doing other things for monetary goals. I did this as really an accomplishment, a self-accomplishment, and you just got to continue fighting for yourself. I'll go ahead and keep saying that for however long that I'm going to be living for. You got to fight for yourself, and this is definitely one way that I chose to fight for myself, is by doing an accomplishment. And if you do love the artwork on the cover of it, definitely let me know, because I think the zombie claws, the armory door, and also the bullets, it's pretty cool, huh? Another place where I have the book listed is on a different website, and the link to this is down below also. TrySmallBiz.com. I'm definitely going to be using this site significantly through the course of this year, and also further down the road. But right now, I got my book listed on here, and then I also have a coupon code for Kita Citra. Kita Citra, if you all don't remember, it is who we did the fundraiser for, which is Dr. Wimes' research lab. Dr. Wimes' research lab created Kita Citra, and Kita Citra is a electrolyte dietary supplement powder that you just basically make as a daily drink. I'm a daily user of it. It consists of no drugs. Everything is non-GMO. It has vital minerals in there that aid in the dietary treatment to fight polycystic kidney disease. Once again, if you know anyone with PKD or if you have PKD yourself, this is something definitely to check out because the dietary treatment to fight this disease is relatively new and it deserves a lot more attention. The owner of this website, Jason, he actually has a YouTube channel. Shout out to Small Biz Jason on YouTube. I've actually been following this dude since, I believe it was May of 2023. Good time. Anyways, he actually runs a penny stock trading Discord. He launched it September of 23, and I've been with him since the launch, trading beside him. He has made me a significant amount of money. And I'm talking about realistic wealth. I'm not talking about unrealistic profits. Realistic profits. Tens and tens of thousands of profits. The dude has over 30 years experience trading in the stock market, which is absolutely nuts. And the guy is definitely a type of bull that you really want beside you. A lot of you all actually ask me all the time, what do I do as like a primary thing since I'm out of the military now? And I kind of just really do YouTube and streaming as kind of like a side hobby. Believe it or not, it's legitimately trading stocks. This year, I have a lot of personal goals that I would actually love to make videos on. Because I actually plan on doing a startup business and I would love to really potentially share it. I'm not really sure about if any of you all are interested, but I'm actually looking to put a lot of my profits to really good use and start a vending machine business or potentially buy into one. Yes, that sounds utterly crazy, right? But a lot of people called me crazy back in 2008. You're crazy for wanting to be a YouTube partner, right? You're crazy. Well, hey, look at me now. Sometimes you got to do crazy things in life to be happy and also to, well, just better yourself. On a closing note, and oh boy, if you've made it to this far into the video, God bless you. Seriously, you're going to have such a great weekend. Whatever religion you are and whatever scripture you follow, God is going to bless you. The Almighty God is going to bless you with such a great weekend. Thank you for sticking around to the end of this video. Woo! On a closing note, couple things. You got to fight for your life. You got to fight for yourself, and you can never, ever stop, and it never, ever becomes easy at all. My grandfather was a very big, influential figure in my life. He was a lawyer for over 40 years, and he said, find a way to make money from stuff that you love to do in your life. And I've actually legitimately have done that, believe it or not. A lot of people out there, they just go through life utterly miserable. And I mean, hey, I'm not saying that my life has been utterly euphoric. 15 years being in the Marine Corps was not all fun and joy. It was very much a love-hate relationship. And a lot of the times I loved it because I was with my military brothers. But to be honest, I had to do things that I never, ever want to do ever again. And a lot of my viewpoints have definitely shifted politically over the course of the last decade. I'm an American patriot. I love our great country that we have. Not a fan of the federal government in any way, shape, and form whatsoever. But I will say that since my life is out of that chapter now and it's closed, I'm going to be doing things that only better my life and that only make me happy. And I honestly don't know where this new adventure will take me. I don't even know if I'm 100% committed yet, if I do really want to start a vending machine business. But I have been looking into it for the last 6-7 months, and actually, to be honest, a lot longer than that, more so probably about 10 months now. And it could very well be something good, just like how I didn't realize where my YouTube journey would take me in 2008. With that being said, I was putting a lot of time into writing my novel in the last 7 months. That time is obviously over now. So I have a lot more free time for streaming. Going to be allocating probably 4 to maybe 5 hours per day, maybe even 6 hours to live streaming. There's going to be a lot more content coming down coming down multiple different channels of mine throughout 2025. I'll definitely test the waters with you all about if you want to see videos on kind of like a startup, or if you're just not interested and you just want to see RuneScape shit. That's fine too. Cool. The only way that I'll know is really see analytics based. But otherwise, like I said, if you did make it to the end of this video, God bless you. And if you're struggling through a hard time, you just got to keep fighting. My 20s, honestly, being in the military through deployments, it was a lot of not fun times. It really was. Let me put it this way. Before my MRI, back in May of last year, I was living a very enjoyable life for probably the first time in my adult life at the age of 35. I was actually very much enjoyable. I was on a beach, having a great time, sipping on some margaritas, wonderful tiki bars. And then one bad doctor's appointment completely changed that, but I chose to fight for myself, and I'm continuing to push through life. You got to push through the hard times, and you can never give up. Never stop fighting for yourself. And if you want to follow me throughout journeys, well, then definitely subscribe and keep checking back for daily or weekly content. And like I said, once again, have a great weekend. Love you all, and later.